What is up, guys? Quick video here for you. We're going to be going over 3 ways to make your fantasy football league more fun. I think I have a few really good ones, and I might even have some bonus tips for you guys. But tip number 1 is going to be to find a way to make your draft order a little bit more creative. You guys got to, don't just randomize it. I think you want to find something to do that gets you guys to kind of get together and find a fun way to make this draft order happen. My league, what we do is we create our characters on WWE and we do a Royal Rumble. Here's a video of just what you can happen here. We got some friends just knocking each other out, and it turns out to be a pretty big event where we're all watching this live stream. And then how we do it is the first guy out, he gets last pick. So whoever wins this Royal Rumble event, they're going to be able to choose what spot they want. So that's, you can do a lot of things. You guys can play games. One year we did some kind of Olympics thing where we all got together and just did a bunch of things. But try and find a fun way to make your draft order happen. That was me getting kicked out there. It just gets you guys together sometime before your draft. You can even do it before, if you guys are drafting in August coming up, find a way to get together and create a fun way to randomize your order. That's one of the fun parts for us. We look forward to it every year. We just did this last week, and now we can mock and things like that. So that would be one idea. Find a creative way to do your draft order and just have fun doing it that way. Number 2, quick idea number 2 for you guys. A lot of people, it's weird. It's 50-50. You either hate it or you love it. But I think getting rid of kicker and adding a second flex is the way to go. If you don't want to mess with super flex, which I think is the superior fantasy football league format, if you don't want to get a super flex, it's time to dump kickers, guys. Kickers, there's really no skill to kickers. Obviously, you want kickers on good teams and things like that, like dome kickers. There's a little bit of skill and knowledge that's needed to get a good kicker, but there's nothing exciting about your fantasy match coming down to Will Lutz versus whoever. It's just not a fun thing. Whereas adding a second flex, it makes things a lot more interesting for your draft builds. You could start 4 running backs. You could start 4 receivers. You can, start your draft off heavy with one position and kind of figure that out. But it's going to increase the overall score of your lineups. And I think it's a way more fun thing to do. You can still have your bench spots here, but just an idea. To me, it's going to make it more fun getting rid of the kicker, and you're adding actually a player that you can skillfully draft and figure out a way to get him in your lineup. So that's number 2, second flex instead of kicker. And then last but not least, number 3 here. This is my brother from a couple years ago. I think you need a last place punishment. This is one of the custom draft boards that I make. And we make our last place person wear a dress. Now he kind of skimped out and didn't really do anything too crazy with this dress. But this year I have to wear a dress. It's my first time taking last. In 15 years, I've only missed the playoffs twice. And last year, Christian McCaffrey really hurt me. This was from a couple years ago. I'm wearing a dress this year. So you got to find a last place punishment. I know one of my good friends, Jesse, he does a beer mile. Last place person has to run a beer mile. If you don't know what a beer mile is, imagine going to your local track, chugging a beer, running a lap, doing another beer, and you keep doing that until you hit your mile. It's pretty entertaining, but there's a lot of them. You guys have seen them, the Waffle House, all that kind of good stuff. Get the ACT test. I think you need a fun way to punish last place, and it could be as simple as someone wearing a dress at the draft party. So those are 3 really quick, easy ways to make your league more fun. That was the main topic, and I just wanted to make an evergreen video for us. If I have one more thought here, I really think you should consider Superflex leagues. My leagues, we've been going for 15 years. This is year 16. We shifted to Superflex 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been a fantastic change. It really creates a lot of different draft strategies, and just the waiver wire is more interesting, all that kind of good stuff. The other thought too on the waiver wire is to make it more fun. I think you got to get rid of that priority system. You need to have a free agent auction bidding process where everybody gets access and can bid as much as they choose. So make sure you're doing FOB, free agent auction bidding. And then I would recommend going with the 2-day waivers. You don't want to be putting your claims in Tuesday night and getting them Wednesday. You want to be putting your claims in Wednesday night and then getting them Thursday. So that's just another quick idea. Any other quick ideas to make your leagues more fun? I don't know, man. Just find some dudes that you want to be with. for a while, some friends, and start making some cool changes, man. That's really it. If you guys do have suggestions or comments, please let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.